Hi there, it's Cherie from Cherie's Crafty Girls. Thank you for joining me today. Today is this rather fun, I call it a puffy double closure box because I'm not quite sure what you'd call it. As you can see, it contains lots of little sweeties in there. And I think that's really an unusual shaped box, just a little bit of fun. The one I'm making today has not got the window in it, but if you want to put the window in it, all you do is I use a decorative labels punch, place it in the middle and punch it out. So what you will need for this is 2 pieces of cardstock that's measure 5 3/4 by 2 11/16. Now you can make it all the same pattern if you want, that's entirely up to you, but I've used a contrasting one and I've used this lovely specialty paper. I think it's absolutely super. You can colour this, you can use a braille with some ink over it to match the green or the Early Espresso one there, but I'm going to leave it white like that, and that measures 5 3/4 by 2 1/8. So taking your scoring tool, it's very little scoring in here really, and you're going to, with the short side at the top, you're going to score at 3/8 of an inch. Whoops, so 3/8 of an inch on both sides and on both pieces. So it's 3/8 of an inch on there and 3/8 of an inch on there, and you're also going to do exactly the same on the smaller, so 3/8 of an inch and that side, and the same on here, 3/8 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, and that's all we're going to do on that scoring tool. Then we're going to bring in the gift bag punch board. So taking your tool out, you're just going to slip so that these 2 score lines are either side of the gusset nice and evenly. So they just meet at the top. And that's what's going to give us our gusset. Can't get that to go underneath. There we go. So just line that up and just put in the line for the gusset. You don't need to go down, just a triangle. So line it up so it's nice and even. I don't think that's right. On all of them. So pop that underneath, and you're just going to put in the gusset because that just makes it in the centre, and that's what gives it the pleat. So that should be at the top like so. So it meets at the corner. Did that one a little bit too low, so it just goes there. So, and we do exactly the same on these. So the 2 score lines go up and they meet with your gusset, and you're just going to put that line in. So nice and neat, nice and even, and put in the top. And you do that with all 4 pieces. And same there. Move the line up. Make it so nice and even. And there. All done with our scoring. Now we just need to fold and burnish all our lines. So fold and burnish and our little triangle, folding him inwards to the point. Let's do it way, and the same this side. So the point should meet with the corner of your score line, and the same this side. Just makes it easier when you fold your box. Oh, I think what I should have done is put these either side, and in the middle come up. So where the point of your triangle is, bring that into your score line and bring him straight up. Middle of your triangle, making sure your 2 points are even, and draw a line straight up. That just helps when we fold it. At the end, that's what I should have done here as well. So in the middle, making sure it's nice and straight, and up, middle, and whoops, that slid, up. So this isn't essential because it will fold, but I just think it helps make it a little bit easier when you come to fold it. So, there we go. So going back to folding out our score lines, and our triangles, just give them a little bit of a bend and then fold them inwards. I've never done it with this paper, so it's a bit stiff, but there's your pleat formed. So just give them a little bit of helping hand, and the same this side. Bend in your score line, making sure it's nice and neat, and the same that side. And then you're just going to, with the right side facing, pop him so he comes. Just what makes that little line in the middle help just a little bit. And as you can see now, it's already starting to form the dome. So we'll do that on all four. So folding your score lines, your diagonals, nice and neatly. And again, I don't know what these bits are. Sorry, I'm probably totally off screen, aren't I? And again, bring them together, just bring that together and score it a little bit easier underneath, and again, and again, and score him inside, just to make it easier for you. And you're going to do that again on all of them. We did start that one, didn't we? So fold your score lines. And there you are. Just pleat it together. Done. And the same that side. In the middle. And as you can see, it just goes together itself. Last one. Pop in your score lines. That's that one done. And that one done. There we are. All we're going to do is just mitre the edges just a little bit. Just for ease of closure. Just a tiny bit off each corner. Last one. And then all we're going to do is move all these bits out of the way. I'm just going to put some sticky strip all or you can use fast spews, whichever you fancy. Turn the edges of your box. Get as close to the score line as you can. So if you're going to put your window in, choose which one's going to be the front, and then just put a line the middle of your punch with your line there and your line there, and you just slide it in and you put your window in. And that's how simple doing the window is. I thought today I would just have a look and see how it would be as a solid. All four. Done. Now all you're going to do is just adhere them together. So taking off your backing paper, adhere that to the underside of one of the white ones, making sure that the score lines go together. I've done that wrong somehow. Hi there, it's Sheree from Sheree's Crafty Girls. Thank you for joining me today. Today my project is this beautiful dome end little box. Pouch? I think it's more a pouch than a box, but I think it's really super. This one has a window in, and I'll show you, I'm going to make this one, but I'll show you when and how you have to put that one in. I think it's a really unusual box. As you can see, it's loads and loads of, that's what, one whole packet of Lindell sweets in there, and as you can see you could probably get a whole nother packet in there. Right, so to make that we're going to use, believe it or not, the envelope punch board, and we're also going to use our trimmer, but that's just for a little bit of scoring. You can of course use your scoring board, it's entirely up to you. You're going to use 4 pieces of cardstock, 2 that measure 2 5/8 by 2 11/16, and you do need the pattern facing the longer side, so that's the 5 3/4 side. You need 2 pieces of those, and you're also going to use 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 5 3/4 by 2 1/8. And we're not going to score those at all. So taking the 2 patterned pieces or the 2 larger pieces, it's entirely up to you whether you use patterned or not, and you're just going to score these at 3/8 of an inch, okay, on the short side. So the short side at the top, and that's going to be 3/8 of an inch on either side, and you do that to both of the larger pieces, so 3/8 of an inch. So you can do this on your scoreboard, it's entirely up to you, but I had it out because I cut the DSP down, so it was just handy. Then you're going to take your gift bag punch board, and you're going to, where you have your 2 score lines either side, you're going to slot that in, and you're going to have this score line aligned with your start score line, and this score line will be on your side score, and you just slide it to the horizontal bar, and that just has this gusset piece, the triangle, and it'll meet it there, and you just slightly down, and you're just going to put your triangle piece in, then sliding that down, keeping your 2 score lines on your start line and your side line. You're just going to bring a line up in the middle from the point of the triangle to the edge of your paper. Turn it round and repeat. So score line at your point, and that score line on your start line. Draw your triangle, slide it down, keeping them aligned, and from your point just come up and repeat that on all 4 pieces. So slide that up, making sure it's nice and straight. Bring in your triangle, bring it down, still keeping them aligned, and from your point just bring up a score line. That's just to help it fold when we make the gusset. So bring it up. Your corner should just about meet here onto your score line, and you're just going to bring it down and do a straight, and exactly the same here. You bring this so it just sits, as you can see, on the score line and on your score line. Just bring it up so it just aligns. Bring in your corner, your triangle I should say, slide it down and make your point in the middle, and again line them up, put in your triangle, slide it down and put in your point, and do that on this piece as well. So you're just bringing that up, so you're making the triangle meet your corners, bringing it down and up. So pop that in so it's nice and even, and your triangle is going to meet your corners and up, and that's your scoreboard finished with. And your bone folder, and you're bringing those corners in, and you're just going to pinch it so it makes a nice point, and the inside I just burnish it just so it'll fold nicer when we come to put it all together. And the same the other end, you just fold it in, pinching it together, and again I just burnish it just to make it easier for me really, because it will go together. Do that on this piece as well. So you're just bringing these 2 pieces together to make a nice neat point there, and bringing that so it's all nice and even. Hold your point in, bring it together and just burnish in there, and that just makes it easier than when we fold it together. Bring these ones in, bring your edge tabs, burnish those, and again you're just going to bring, these are a bit more finicky believe it or not when we put them together because they're so fine, so really burnish them. Put your finger in the middle and pinch it together and burnish. And the last piece do exactly the same. Score and fold and burnish. Bring in your middle so they meet nicely. See, you can see the dome already forming. And the same there. And bring it over and just burnish. You're going to pop some sticky tape or fast fuse along that seam, along your tab, and it will only be on your large 2 pieces because the other 2 pieces we did not score down the side at all. And the same on this one. You do need to make sure they're both the right way. And pop your sticky strip or your fast fuse down there, along that score line and along that score line. this then. Right, so take one of your sticky strips off the backing and bring one of your neutral pieces in and align it along that score line and nice and neatly at the, oops, oh dear. Oh. Always on camera, isn't it? Just peel that back off. Just going to realign that because it hasn't aligned. Oh gosh, always on camera, isn't it? So let's realign that. Oh, I'm sticking it to my fingers now. I'm sorry, you can't see me. So just make sure that the two edges are really, really nicely aligned like so. Like so. And then you're going to bring the other piece in. Make sure that it's facing the same way as your pattern on the other one. And again, making sure they are perfectly, I'm going to do it this way because I need it to, really does need to align along that edge. Like so. And there's that. So taking off your next piece of backing paper and you're going to do exactly the same. Score line, and as so I'm just going to do it this way because I really, really want a perfect edge to form along there, like so. And last but not least, your last piece of backing paper, and you're going to do the same again, making sure that your edges are perfectly aligned. Unlike my first one, that was just dreadful. This is the tricky bit. You are just going to, well, it's the next bit that's tricky. This bit's okay. Handheld pinch, and where these come up to the end, you just want to be just slightly below that score line. And I use this edge as a guide. I put that to make sure it's the same depth down. I make sure the edge of the punch is on the edge of the card, and I just punch inside each of those score lines. So just pop along on the edge, and you do that all the way around, top and bottom. So just under that score line, and the same down here. It is quite hard because it's going through quite a few layers of cardstock. You don't want it too near the edge, otherwise it will make it very difficult to fold. I think I've done something a little bit close to the fold actually, but hey ho, we will carry on. And then we're going to thread our ribbon using a poker tool, and I'm just going to thread that all the way around. So through each of your punch holes, just thread some ribbon until you come back to where you started. That one, and you'll do this top and bottom. So we're back to where we started now, and hopefully we just start. And so this is your bit, folding those in. So the middle piece you just push it in but you put the 2 points together and gradually bring around. So pop it in, and it's sort of pushing it together. It is a bit awkward, and so for some reason the DSP never wants to play. That's always the one that causes me the most difficulty. So that's those, and then I'm just going to push that one in and bring them all together like so. And then I'm going to attempt to tie a bow. I'm not sure whether it will be a bow or not. Just bring it together, and if you can, tie a bow, if not, tie a knot. So just put that through there. Where's my ribbon gone? Oh, goodness. One day I'd love to be able to tie a bow for you, but I don't think today's going to be the day. But there's that little bow. I'm just going to use my bone folder to pop that out a little bit. Make it nice and domed. How's that? Isn't that beautiful? And then we're going to do exactly the same this way. So taking our, where was our bow starting? Here. So again, using your poker tool, just poke your ribbon all the way around until you come back to the start. It's a very quick box, isn't a pouch to make really. It looks very effective and it looks very difficult to make. It's more fiddly than I think difficult. Right, and there we are, back to the beginning. We're popping these out. Again, I'm going to start with the DSP because that's the one that always seems to play me up the most. So keeping the finger in the middle, and just bring in your corners to form your pouch. So DSP again, bring it in. So we've got those all in, and the last one, bring them in and bring your corners in. And now these are playing up. Oh goodness me, where are we not going? Right, they're in. Put them tighter. That one's in, and that one's in. Are we all in? Pull your ribbon to bring your top to a point. Just ease your card out, just so yours nice and puffy. And we'll now unravel it. And I'll try and do you another bow. So again, bring your top in, gradually just bring it together, and it will tie itself, and do another bow to seal this end. Sorry I keep going off camera. I need to rest up on my tummy so that I can get you some sort of a bow. And there we are, just pop him out so he puffs out a little bit more. And there, isn't that super? Different ideas. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the window. On the one that, the smaller of the two, you can do it on the bigger of the two. Once you have got it scored, before you join them together, find the centre and align this point and this point with the centre piece. So you align whichever one you're doing it on, it doesn't really matter. You're going to align that point and that point with the centre of your decorative punch, that point and that punch. Just punch it out and there's your little window in your pouch. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear them as well, and I will do my best to answer them. If you'd like to purchase any of the paper, the DSP or the ribbon or the punches or anything that has been used in this project, there is a link below to my 24-hour shop. If you'd like to come and join my team, there's a link below for that as well. All the instructions will be on my blog, where you can shop and join my team also there. Until next time, take care. Bye.